you're from the East, man.
From the East, I don't know what you're talking about.
You sound like you're not American, man.
No, I'm from here. Okay, I'm from here. Please, let me live my life. Let me be happy. I have law firm now, and it's
Hello,
good.
from here. Very nice to meet you, man. Your name's from here. That's cool, man.
Yes.
Good for you, man.
From here and from here law. I just changed the name. I have the patents. It's good.
What are those patents on, man?
It's very top secret. It's no problem.
Well, technically, if you have a patent, it's not so top secret. But I can tell you this. I know for certain you are not American.
Oh no. I'm from here. Please, you have to believe me. I represent Southern man. So you know that I'm from here because he wouldn't come to me if I was not 100% American.
Man, if you're from America, how come I saw you wrestling with a bear?
Oh, that was very fun night. That was very spicy.
And he was a male bear, but we won't get into that because I know you're a lawyer and you won't fess up to that.
Pretty big. I guess I do have I got all that knowledge going on in there.
You're taking up a lot of real estate with that head, man.
Yeah, I know. Keep so many facts up in there. It's just gotten bigger over the years. You know, it just keeps expanding. Can't stop it. I've had to just stop learning new stuff. I decided to stop going to school. I just quit on everything in my life. When yesterday my boss told me, he said, I need you to learn this new thing. I need you to do this task. And I said, can't do it. Head's too big. Gets any larger. I'm not going to make it to work. It's too
Can't
much.
even fit in the car, man.
No, no.
Yeah, that's tragic. But you got to do what you got to do. So can't fault you for that. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Welcome to what's probably episode 8. We kind of flip things around.
Yeah.
But here's 8. The animated show was really fun to animate. Man, animation's crazy.
Animation is crazy. That led us down a very interesting road.
Yeah, and it was strangely a sexual road.
Yeah. I feel like it's it's one of the trends with the podcast. All topics are on the table.
Yeah, topics and what would be pornography if it wasn't an animated show.
Yeah, I mean anyone could animate anything with in those episodes, but
yeah, just touching private parts. Okay, so here is to episode 8. Here we go.
All right.
No, it just sort of because I need to drink so much, it just becomes inconvenient unless I'm doing it, like I just did. So it's usually maybe 25 ounces, and I do that 8 times. I'm not doing like 8, 20 times. I'm not doing that.
I wonder why it's so difficult for me. I wonder if my body's just like, whoa, I like this much water within like 5 minutes. It's like confused or something because it's used to having like, a drink of water, or I'll take a big gulp of water, but consuming so much within a small amount of time. It's like, it's a shock.
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's pretty abnormal what I'm doing, so it's not that surprising. But what is surprising is I don't know how we're going to turn into our characters now, because I finished so much earlier than you did.
Yeah. we last time you came up with a prompt, the English prompt,
What was that?
where we were
Oh well, yeah. I know how we turned into our characters last time, but the plan was we finish our water, and that's what transforms us into animated characters.
oh yeah,
right?
that's right. Well, we could cut it off because we could, like, as we're drinking the water and gulping it, right? It'll pan back and forth, and eventually it'll pan back and forth to the animated characters. Like, it'll
Well,
pan to you, and then it pans back to me, and I'm animated drinking water, and then it pans back to you, and you're animated drinking water.
Okay.
And then we could just cut it there, and then have the intro kind of like screen.
Okay. We'll see how that pans out. I like your idea. I wasn't thinking about being able to zoom in on specific characters. And maybe we'll try to add in additional characters. I guess we'll see about that. But now that I'm my character, I can say whatever the fuck I want, right?
Yeah.
Because it's different when you know you're gonna be a little goblin guy. You can say that I fucked a squirrel last week.
Yeah. What were those things? What were those, like, creatures? They looked like little lizard people or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, so it was a squirrel basically, but it had been doing a lot of steroids, and it was pretty hot. It was a hot squirrel.
It was a hot squirrel.
Yeah.
Turned into a little hot monster there. That's why it looked like that. It just became a little bit deformed, but somehow also just attained some really attractive features.
Yeah, and so you're talking about the characters that we were, and I was talking about the squirrel that I had sex with last week.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the characters. We were on completely separate pages. You meant the squirrel that you had sex with last week.
Yeah.
My bad. Was it consensual? Was the squirrel?
Yeah, it was sensual, for sure. 100%.
It was sensual.
100% sensual.
100% sensual. And what about I mean, consensual and sensual can be one of the same things as well.
I can only speak on my experience. I mean, I don't even speak the same language, so then how do you do that?
I have no idea. I mean, you can did it seem like it was having at least an enjoyable time? Did it look happy, or was it upset?
Well, there's a size disparity, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm asking, because the squirrel, was it happy? Was it uncomfortable?
Well, at least I'm not a human, I'm maybe a human's a little bit taller than me, and size-wise, phallically it's got a bigger one, but me versus a squirrel, there is there's this extreme disparity,
Yeah.
So I could see it wasn't I don't think it was it wasn't crying or anything.
It wasn't crying. Okay, that's good. Was
But I don't even
how
know
old?
I don't know if squirrels can cry or not.
I don't know. I think as long as it said in its little squirrel language that you can have sex with it, then
Well, how am I supposed to know what it said?
I think you need to get a squirrel translator.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you'd also want to ask how old this squirrel was, because looks can be very deceiving in the squirrel community.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I would know.
Because you are a squirrel translator.
Yeah, and a squirrel lawyer.
Can you help me out with this?
Yeah, I got you. If anything comes up in court, I got your back in squirrel court. I can talk the language. We'll get to the bottom of all this. It's gonna be
okay. So I'm gonna be, and we'll cut this part, but I'm just gonna preface this. I'm gonna be me, the goblin guy, and then I'm gonna also be the squirrel, and then you're gonna be the translator.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you have to do uh translate squirrel into English and then English into squirrel, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because we're gonna animate. There's a squirrel and a me, and I'm gonna be both of them.
All right. I'll be the judge.
No, you're a translator.
I'll be the judge as well, though. I'll also play the judge character because you're being the squirrel and the and yourself the goblin character, and then
Dude,
I'm.
this is that's too complicated.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's like we just need to be having a conversation about this.
Okay.
Because then we got to animate a whole judge and. That's
yeah.
too much.
Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm so glad that you're able to speak squirrel because I really want to figure out if what I did was ethical or not.
Yeah. We're gonna find out. I have a date scheduled with the squirrel that you had sex with, and we're gonna talk to her and we're gonna ask her.
You're gonna go on a date with the squirrel?
No, not me. I'm not going on a date with the squirrel. I don't fuck squirrels. Sorry.
Oh man.
But
You're a
I'm
squirrelist, man. That's yeah. I mean, we didn't really know we could. I don't see species, man.
You don't see species?
So woke. I'm so woke that I don't even see species,
I'm
man.
afraid I'm very speciesist. I look at a species and I'm like, in my head I can't help it. But at least I know how to speak the different languages. So when I'm just shouting insults at the different species, they know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I speak the different.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's
the
good
different languages.
Maybe that'd be different. All right. So, can you tell the squirrel that I really want to get to the bottom of this?
Okay. She's very upset. She's very angry. She thinks but she's not upset about the sex, but she's upset. She says that she says that you made her pay for dinner that night.
Yeah. I don't know what the exchange rate is on acorns, man. I'm out of my league here.
Okay. All right.
That's on her, man.
Squeak, squidward, squid.
And then I'm gonna start insulting you as the squirrel.
Okay. She's saying I have a big head. Listen, I can't believe she's going after me when this is on you for not paying for the meal. This is ridiculous. Squeak.
I wouldn't even have sex with you.
What? I can't believe. I think I'm hearing English in there. Are you hearing this, squirrel?
Yeah, man. And now seeing the squirrel in the daylight, I'm kind of second guessing my judgment here. You know.
That's not an attractive squirrel. That's pretty gross.
And I'm glad you can't hear this, but I thought it was a dude.
You thought it was a dude?
Yeah. And is that homoerotic if it's animal?
I think that under squirrel law, luckily, they the gays are completely accepted. So
Okay.
it's fine. Or bisexual, it's all fine in the squirrel community. What they don't accept is they don't like birds.
Oh.
If a bird tries to fuck a squirrel, unacceptable. Any other species, no matter what gender, it's fine.
Okay.
So,
but can you ask the squirrel? Do you think it's gay to have sex with a male squirrel?
okay. Squee, squee. she doesn't really see a problem with it. She seems in fact she says that she's wow, she's been with a lot of female squirrels.
Ask
Other
her.
ones. So.
Ask her if she's ever had sex with a Komodo dragon.
Squee, 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 squee.
Squee, squee, squee.
Yes, but she's very embarrassed about it. She did not have a good time. It sounds like it was a bit of an assault actually by the Komodo dragon.
Yeah, so maybe that's good for me that it's been worse than what I did, because you know. But I don't think we got to the genesis or the nexus of the question is it gay? Not is it okay? Is it gay to have bestiality with the same gender as you?
Well, let's ask the squirrel that question because
Okay.
she'd know, I think, the best, especially because squirrels are known for just, and again, she can't hear us, so it's fine, but they're known for fucking everything, all right? They're kind of a very filthy species. I hate to say it. I mean, I know that I'm the speciest here, and it's kind of like, oh, no, duh, you're gonna, but it's true. They just, I've seen them. I've lived in the squirrel community, and they bring home anybody, just anyone, into their tree houses. But here, I'll ask the question. Squee, 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 squee. She has very strong opinions on this. She thinks absolutely yes. It's still gay. It's.
I don't know so much about this, and I'm really thankful that we got the squirrel in here to talk about this, and but I know she's got to get going. She's got an appointment with the Daniel Radcliffe actually hired her as a prostitute, so she's got to get going.
Yeah.
Can you tell her thanks for everything?
Yeah, I got you. Squee, 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 squee. I think she's a man. Shh.
All right. See you later, man. Peace out, man. Yeah, so that was cool. But I'm not so sure about this. Like, if you had sex with like a male gorilla, maybe it's gay. But if you had sex with a male hummingbird man, I don't know if that's gay. I'm not really sure.
I would say I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
That's
I mean,
a good
there's
question.
I think at that point the
man?
real question is why that person is fucking the animal is the biggest like question that comes up first, I think.
I know. I think that's more of that's a bigger problem. That's what everyone talks about, but no one talks about, a gay bestiality, man. But anyway, that's cool. And I had a pet rhinoceros one time.
I had a pet rhinoceros.
Yeah. And he's where I got these horns from, man.
That's why you have horns.
Yeah.
See, I got mine from the dollar store, and I attached them to my head.
Yeah. What'd you use to attach it?
I used cement.
Cement?
Yeah, cement.
Man, and we still haven't seen that president, but that's whatever, man.
He sure helped me out. He made me the man that I am today, or the creature that I am today.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you start. You got to start from the ground up, helping one person at a time, and then all of a sudden you become the president,
Yeah.
You could become the president of the dollar store, or you could become the president of Mike and Ike's, or you could be the president of Jamaica, man, or or Jamaica, for that matter.
You gotta have a president voice is the thing. I feel like when people go into office or they attain positions of power, like even president of a company, right? They never keep their same like identity. Like they kind of become like a yes, and the profits are doing very well here in this company. Like
You don't think that it's just people who get into those positions are more likely, like people that have that voice are more likely to get into those positions?
I think they change their voice.
Think they change them?
I think even politicians too. Like today we're going to go and land on the moon, or it's like hello, we are going to land on the like it's some kind of like. There's multiple different voices that the person in power can like take on, but I think they morph their voice over time.
Yeah, I think they do morph their voice over time, and I saw this graph of different, like, obviously they can't just speak the way they usually speak because it's trying to address a bunch of different demographics, but then they use a different level of vocabulary, and so there's anywhere from 4th and a half grade vocabulary up to like 10th grade vocabulary, with varying results. But that's interesting because clearly they have to speak differently than they usually do. And then if they're going to change their voice, then do they try to sound a specific way to get a certain demographic to vote for them? Like, does George W. Bush actually have that voice?
I think his voice was either A, he morphed that voice from like a team of people who were like, this is the perfect sound for you, sir, or he just had his voice box just like medically altered to sound like that, and it's not even him controlling his voice box anymore. It's actually Jeff Bezos.
Oh no.
Controlling. I'm telling you, he's controlling the voice box. So whenever you hear like we need to go to war, it's just Jeff. He's in the other room.
Fucking Jeff needs to grow some hair or something. Because he looks like a bowling ball that had a baby with a human, man. Even his eyes look like the things you put your fingers in. And maybe people are putting their fingers in Jeff Bezos. I don't really know what they're doing with him.
That's how he makes so much money. He started. You got to start somewhere. Yeah. I mean, if you want to have a successful business, you have to start somewhere. And if that's what you need to do, is let people put fingers in you. That's you do you, man.
Yeah,
you
put
do
fingers in your balls sometimes. Yeah, and this voice box thing, I mean, that's a great metaphor. But if you were to be George W. Bush, what would you sound like?
I think I would. I'd like to keep the voice box controlled by me. I think that would be a nice touch.
No, but if you were George Bush, what would you sound like?
What would I sound like? I think I would kind of go for more of a kind of this kind of tone. I would say, hello, everybody. Today, we're going to find some oil and bring it back home, and we're going to sell it for some good money.
I think what you really sound like is somebody that only has 3 teeth and smokes meth.
Well, that's the voice that I would choose. If I had to be George Bush and I could sound any way that I wanted to, that is the voice that I would choose.
You do not want to sound like you're on meth.
I think people would vote for that voice. I think they would say that voice sounds so good. They would say it represents the core, just the core of this country. Just
absolutely not.
It represents everyone and everyone's true feelings.
I would probably sound like this if I was trying to get people to like me, but I couldn't be president. Maybe I could be, maybe I could be a representative or something, but. I'd be able to get past some legislation and stuff like that, but I could never be president if I was this guy.
Well, what do you think about if this guy ran for office, huh?
Oh,
just because I have a high voice.
that guy absolutely would get murdered in the first 2 years.
Are you saying just because I have a high voice, I can't run for office?
I'm gonna murder you right now, man.
That's illegal. Under the Constitution, it's illegal.
You're literally dead now, man. Because I am the all-powerful force, and I have beckoned upon you 3 rifles.
Oh, God.
And I just stabbed you with a bayonet in your head.
I just put some restrictions on the Second Amendment, man.
Yeah, sorry, but you're a ghost, man, and ghosts can't change laws.
Oh, God damn it.
But that's cool, man. It's cool to be a ghost, I guess, if you like fucking mammals, man.
Holy shit. I just went through puberty. Oh my God. I suddenly want to fuck everything, including the animals.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. I love the animals, but I'm not trying to, I just saw a really small dog, 10 weeks old. I'm not trying to fuck that dog, man.
You're not trying to fuck everything on the planet?
Well, a submarine is kind of attractive to me, but I'd rather, stick my penis inside of a tractor.
I'd rather fuck a couch.
I would rather hire a man to drive a garbage compactor over a couch, find the dust mites inside of it, stick those in my butthole, and then I would have a great farm inside of me.
That sounds very profitable. You could sell that on Amazon.
That's a good idea, man. We gotta get to it. We gotta hire the guy. His name has to be Ricardo. Ricardo or Steven. Steven has changed his. He was previously known as Cardoonian Lestrongtesh, but he changed his name, man, and now he's driving a garbage compactor, and we have to find a couch that's been alive for 20 years.
20 years. I like it. Experienced couch, lots of use, lots of mites in there. It's very good.
That might be a problem. It might not be. But listen, we find a couch that has been used in a brothel. Have you ever been to a brothel?
Oh, many times. I just went through puberty, so...
Oh, man, you just went through puberty. Congratulations.
Thank you. Just in these past, 5 minutes, I've gone to 50 different brothels.
Man, you really must like... You really must like eating... I personally, I don't like broth that much because it's not very hearty, man. It's just it's lacking substantial nutrients. You know what I'm saying?
I like where you're going with this because I like tomato soup. Have you ever tried tomato soup?
Man, I want to talk to the brothel guy again.
Well, he went home. He's hired me to be his representative.
Where's the guy who likes to fuck couches, man? I need to find that guy.
Listen, I'm his lawyer, and I've come here to represent him because he's gotten in some trouble for saying that he went to 50 different brothels. My client has not gone to that many different brothels. He has not. Just want to repeat that.
And you must be that guy who was Italian, and you are you used to represent a city, man, and you cleaned up the subway system, and now you like to finger guys in a brothel, man.
Now, how did you know that I was from Italy? Number one, my family was a papati. That was their name. Now, I want to ask you also how you knew that I cleaned up the subways. I did do that. It was a great effort.
You and Jared, man. What actually was happening was you would walk around inside of Jared's clothing, and that's why he wore such big pants, man. So you did clean up the subways while you were disguising yourself inside of Jared's pants.
Now we don't talk about the Jared incident anymore because some stuff happened with him, and I want to say that I feel very bad for representing him, but he's he's a very filthy man. I think I knew it.
I heard that he really liked feet, man. We're called a biped, right? You know what I'm saying? Biped, 2 feet. And he was a pedophile, right? He liked feet, man.
Yeah, he liked those feet a little bit too small. I always told him, I was saying to him, listen, Jared, you gotta stop with the feet, man, please.
I mean,
God.
and you were inside of his pants the whole time, man. I mean, you're kind of accomplice, man.
Listen, I was, we don't talk about those days anymore, but I was, I was in his left pant leg, and you can't see out of that pant leg, and I didn't know what he was doing. He said, "I'm looking at feet," and I was like,
he was like, man, I'm such a pedophile, man. And you're like, all right, man, you can like feet if you want, man. That's cool, man. And what you did say, you couldn't see anything, but when he would go to the bathroom, man, you could say, "I see you pee, man." You know what I'm saying? And that's perfect because, if he's looking at little feet, man, that's what they say all the time. "I see you pee." Kind of ironic, man.
Hello, I am the Cowboys lawyer. You brought up some points that I think my client should not talk about anymore. So I'm here, and he's going to stay inside. Okay, and this is go good. Yes.
How am I talking to so many different lawyers, man? It sounds like you're from the East, man.
From the East, I don't know what you're talking about.
You sound like you're not American, man.
No, I'm from here. Okay, I'm from here. Please, let me live my life. Let me be happy. I have law firm now.
Hello,
and it's good.
from here. Very nice to meet you, man. Your name's from here. That's cool, man.
Yes.
Good for you, man.
From here and from here law. I just changed the name. I have the patents. It's good.
What are those patents on, man?
It's very top secret. It's no problem.
Well, technically, if you have a patent, it's not so top secret. But I can tell you this: I know for certain you are not American.
Oh no! I'm from here. Please, you have to believe me. I represent the Southern man. So you know that I'm from here because he wouldn't come to me if I was not 100% American.
Hey, man, if you're from America, how come I saw you wrestling with a bear?
Oh, that was a very fun night. That was very spicy.
And it was a male bear, but we won't get into that because I know you're a lawyer and you won't fess up to that.
Now listen, who's talking to my client here?
With whom am I speaking?
I decided to come back. I represent him. He represents me, and I think you've gone a little bit too far with the bear talking. All right.
Well, I can tell that you're an American. I can tell that he's not an American. I can tell he's, he might be from Uzbekistan or something.
Listen, sir, that is beside the point. He's a very nice man.
I thought his name was Vermeer, man. His name beside the point or his name Vermeer? I can't even tell, man.
I mean, his name is.
Is he a fraudulent man?
He goes by many different names, sof he's a very busy man,
well,
very busy lawyer.
What is it? Is it many different names? Is it Vermeer or is it besides the point?
It's all of the above. In his culture, you got to understand, he goes by many different names. His family, it's complicated.
His family also, man. This is outrageous. I can't stick to one name. Just call him Bacco, man. I can't fuck with this shit, man.
If you want to call him Bucko, go ahead.
No, Bacco.
Bacco.
Yeah, what's up, Bacco? Hey, can I what I really want is I want to finish the conversation that I was having with that gentleman where we were gonna sell sex couch mites, anus mites to Amazon.
I'm afraid my client,
all right.
He's worried about his reputation among other Americans, and
yeah, man.
when he brought up the brothels, there was a whole invoice that came in.
We won't even talk about the brothels, man.
All right. Let me go talk to my client.
All right.
It appears he's aged quite a bit after going through puberty. Man, it's It's
Yeah,
gone
man,
downhill.
that shit happens real quick, man.
Hello, is that you? After all of these years,
Man, it sounds like you've been spending a lot of time in the darkness, man.
I've they locked me in a box and they told me if I try to say anything, they're gonna. God.
They're gonna.
They told me that I can't even talk about it. They threatened the couch. They said they were gonna light it on fire and throw it into the ocean, and it just.
Man, that's outrageous. Yeah, man. I know what you're saying, man. So, what about this? I need to sell anal mites to Amazon. Are you in or are you in?
I'm definitely in. It's I talked to Jeff.
Oh, you know Jeff, man?
I do.
Hey, that's that shit, man.
I know the Zuck too, Mr. Zucker.
You know what they say, man? F the S. I mean F the Z, man. Sorry.
F the Z.
Yeah, fuck the Zuck, bro.
Oh man.
Fuck the Zuck.
Making some powerful enemies.
Fuck the Zuck in the butt, and this is what they say too, man. Because of the anal mites, we can't go to multiple different companies, man. But Amazon, we could get these anal mites, Whole Foods. We can get them delivered to your door. Any of this, okay? Anus, and this is a disclaimer: anus not included.
What?
Of course, right?
Of course. But what if I told you that Zuckerberg, Mr. Zuck, the Zuck himself, wants in on this business? In fact, he says that he thinks he already has a corner on the market because he's been advertising on Facebook and stealing lots of data. And apparently he knows that everyone wants this product, is what he says.
I mean, the demand is so high that we cannot produce the mites fast enough. And that's what we need to do. We need to create a farm, an anal mite farm, and we need to source the lowest quality couches, and therefore we need to go on a couch hunt, man.
I'm already there. I have 50 shipments coming in, freshly arrived from the place where people go for certain activities that we're not going to discuss here.
Oh, right. And based on those activities, we may have some potential, biomes to do some farming and harvesting, because my anus is only so big, and if we're gonna be selling it at the mass scale because of the high demand, we need more anuses.
I already way ahead of you. Mine is too old. It's shriveled up. It's old. It's shriveled up, and it's dry. Quite frankly, so I can't be using that one. But I have a fresh supply of just people who volunteered.
Hey man, where are you getting these anuses from, man?
It all comes from the Zuck plant. He basically takes this data, and then he threatens people with it. He comes to their house and he says, "Hello, I have some information on you," and
yeah, man, he's doing one of those accents too, man. 100%.
Exactly.
That guy is actually. I heard that he was born in a space capsule, and he actually his mom got impregnated by Mars.
I've heard that as well. I've heard that he was raised out in space, and when they put him here, they wanted him to steal the data, and then just force people onto anal farms, which we're helping him out, but the profits are so good. It's so good.
So I'm not selling it to Zuck, man. If he's colluding with the enemy, we just want to help people out. And the anal mites is it's amazing, and even for the farmers, man. Just imagine all these people from couches. We extract the mites, and we inject the mites into anuses.
is amazing, man. And so I'm so thankful that we discovered this technology.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think we breezed right past this, but sometimes if the mites are reproducing, they can actually provide lubrication, and therefore, I know you have a dusty, dry anus, but you know, maybe if we populated it, then we could, you know, we could at least make it work properly.
I've tried everything. I'm telling you, I don't know if you know what it's like to buy 50 gallons of Vaseline at your local Walmart. I got looks, and
Man, that's
when I got
expensive.
home, yeah, gosh, and just Vaseline everywhere,
Yeah.
all over the house, if you can imagine, on the floors, on the couch, on the walls, on my lawyer. It's I just
Man, you got a good lawyer, man. That's for sure.
yeah, he's paid to do that. I pay him very well.
Is he applying the Vaseline on you, or
Oh, he's just standing by. I could at any point. When I'm in large amounts of pain, I scream out incriminating things, and he has to be there to say, "Stop! Don't say that."
yeah, hey man, good on you for knowing you do that. Oh, yeah, that's real cool, man. So let's to everybody listening, please support our Patreon, and because we're trying to farm anal mites. So thank you.
Thank you. You know, I have like I have this problem now where like when you're walking down the street and you're kind of just you're seeing advertisement everywhere and
Yeah,
you pull out your phone.
Advertisement?
Yeah, and then you pull out your phone.
Just one advertisement?
Tons of them. Like, are you ever walking and
You
you're
mean
like, I see a
advertisements?
sign there, see a sign there.
Do you mean advertisements
Advertisements.
or advertisement?
I mean, sometimes it's advertisement and sometimes it's advertisements, and there's lots of them.
I know, but when you walk outside and there's advertisement, I guess you could say it both ways, and see, it's just unclear.
All right, I'll
You know what I'm saying?
multiple different
You walk
advertise.
outside and you see advertisement everywhere. Or you walk outside and you see advertisement.
Advertisement everywhere. Advertisements.
Yeah.
More so advertisements, but on a given day you can see just one advertisement.
Okay, great. And you see it on your phone.
Yeah, and you see it on your phone, and then you have just spam email going on in your Gmail, right? And it makes you wonder, like, is it too much?
And so you're just getting to this point because of the Gmail?
Yeah, because like it just happened recently where my Gmail just got bombarded with all these. I think some of them are scams.
100%.
But I got like upset, and then I was walking around that day, and I was like, I just noticed it all of a sudden, and on
Yeah,
TV,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
was just like, what is this? What's going on? Like, why is everything just trying to,
Yeah. I mean, this is a tricky, sticky situation, because the foundation of our country is, we use capitalism, and that kind of rewards people for their ability to contribute to a society, right? I mean, in the most idealistic sense, that's what you want a capitalist society to do. If you're more qualified or you contribute a larger amount to the group, then you should be compensated more for that. What happens is when you contribute such a large amount, then do you know what happens? Then you have such an influence on people that you're no longer a contributor, you're an influencer. And you need people to be influencers 100%, Simone Biles, or at one time Jared from Subway. There's people that you need people to be influencers, but it comes. Then you got a company that's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and you can invest in influencing slash AKA like brainwashing people or repeatedly placing something in somebody's life so it becomes familiar, and then they end up doing the thing that you told them to do.
I don't like it though. Is the problem? I want to
Cool.
barge into one of those executives' office. I want to barge in. I want to come flying in through the window, and I want to be like, listen, man, you are going overboard. You're doing too much. Like it's okay. Like I understand you need to sell things, and that's cool and all. But you got to stop this, dude. You have got to stop. And he'd probably tell me something like, just go away, young child. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. And I'd say, no, you're going to open up the books. I want to check them. And I'd open up the books and I'd start looking, see what's going on.
And what? And then what? You think that they're doing fraudulent things?
Who knows? I just want I want that dude to know, like, you got to stop it. Stop it. Like, stop with all the, like, crazy, like, advertisements and, like, oh, maybe we can brainwash him to do this or that. It's like...
It's that guy's fault, and it's not that guy's fault.
That's true.
He was born in the system just like you were.
I know, but then he went all the way up there, right? Saw what was going on and was like, let me just keep doing this.
Maybe he's doing a watered-down version of it because that's all he can do. Like... if you get up and see what's going on, and then you try to do something and you can't do it, like, I don't think people are inclined to just step down.
I don't think
if they've been constructed and influenced to have a high level of success or accumulation, like that's built into the system, because if it's not built into the system, then there's not as much of an incentive to contribute. So it's a byproduct of a flawed system, but I mean, where's a better one?
I think a better one is where people aren't going around constantly being like flashed by like different like images, people being like, buy my thing or do this, and then people like being like, let's see if I can like have this woman eating this hamburger. Oh yeah, it's not about sex, don't worry. Oh yeah, this bacon is so good. Oh, I think I'm gonna buy myself some goddamn bacon.
Because you saw bacon and boobs next to each other, you like bacon now?
Well, it's about the fact that they think that's how it works, and to some point it must work.
That is how it works,
because they continuously do it. And the thing is it's so annoying. And then they try to pretend like we're really like, we're not about sex. We don't want to mention that at all on TV or anything. Or oh god, it's such a bad topic. Here, how about you just watch this like woman with huge tits eat a pizza? How about that? And how about you watch the sauce get all over the boobs? But don't worry, we're gonna cover them up partially. Don't you worry about that. But it's not about sex, it's about the pizza. And then it's like, no, bullshit. It's all about the boobs, it's all about the tits, and they know it. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, okay, 100% I get what you're saying. But what happens is it's not just one person running the company. It's like, I think you're thinking about it as like the company is just one person's idea. The person who started the company is not running the marketing part of the company. And even if they have the highest of expectations and standards, if they hire somebody else to do something, they're going to be influencing that in some way. And so, like, it's not like Amazon is literally just Jeff Bezos. There's no fucking way that it's just one person.
No.
So it's like a conglomeration of a bunch of people's ideas, and we've talked about this before. When you have a bunch of people communally operating something, there has to be some watering down of diversity or values in order to a watering down of individual values to commit and contribute to the group. So, like, they're just trying to run a headphone company, and if they want to be successful, they're going to need a swimsuit model to be in the commercial, or an athlete to be in the commercial, because they need to succeed, man. Because they need to feed their addiction to money, and they also need to feed their children and their zoo animals.
I'm definitely I'm not saying it's like one person at the top. I think that like there's people who are more in the know about it, right? Especially people who are able to see, oh, that's a pretty negative system, but then they do it anyways, right? Because they're like, well, the money's pretty nice, you know.
Well, I mean, there's
And
nothing else to do.
There is nothing else to do, but I mean, it takes a lot of people to change how something is, right? And
How
it
do you know?
seems like, well, because I think the problem right now, and this is why I don't blame like the one person directly in a company. I think the more blame more so is shifted onto some people for like continuing it or developing even more harmful strategies, right? And just continuously feeding it by upping up the ante every single time, changing the algorithm to be even more fierce, to be more, even more ruthless with selling data, whatever you can do, right? And some people are more in the know about that than others, and they keep doing it because and I don't know what goes through people's heads, right? I'm just saying that like for those who do know and are knowing what they're doing and are like, I'm just gonna do this because I know it's gonna just bump up my stock price, or it's just gonna make me like it's gonna double my wealth or something like that. Even though I have like $10 billion or whatever, just gonna triple it. Doesn't matter, right? But to those people at least, like again, I want to just fly in through the window and be like, hey you, man, yeah, Mr. Zuck.
Yeah, so
Stop.
Why would they listen to you?
Because I just they'd be like, first of all, what are you doing through my window? How did you do that? You just broke through the window, and how are you not harmed by this? And I'd be like, because I was so determined, I just came in.
Okay.
And then I'm opening up the books. And he's gonna be like, no, don't. And I'll try to like.
You're gonna start
a
reading
Zuckerberg
the books that he's reading.
kind of books. No, please don't go through the books. You can't find the books. I'm going through the books. All right. You're gonna let me go through these books. No, just. And I open up the book. It was strapped too. It like had like multiple layers because you didn't want anyone to get in there. But I open it and then I just investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unprecedented though. Before, I mean, before these major media companies and social media companies, there weren't people to be this publicly wealthy, and so I don't think they know what to do, because they've done something that nobody else has done before, and like Bill Gates does philanthropy stuff, but it's still like he's still doing what you're talking about. It's just I don't know if it's a PR thing when he's just saying, well, I have this foundation, so no matter what I'm doing on the Microsoft side, I have this foundation, so I'm doing things good for the world. But these other guys are just building rockets and trying to go to outer space and stuff. So definitely unprecedented. And if you learn how to fly through windows, let me know.
I will. I'm still working on it. I stood outside of Facebook headquarters yesterday, just jumping up and down. Nothing was happening.
I mean, you got to try though.
I'm trying. I'm gonna keep going.
You got to try it, but I mean, imagine this. I mean, this is something that's super straightforward, but also is something to maybe conceptualize or to kind of maybe bracket in what kind of thing we're facing. We have to create a system that takes into account that when a new human life starts, whatever we surround that thing with, it will learn information, and then it will replicate that information and turn it into something that they do. So whatever parameters we set up in the growing of this new person, that's gonna influence how they act in the world, right? Because basically what you're trying to do is if you're a baby, you want to learn the language, you want to learn the culture, so you can be an effective individual in the culture, right? So what happens is now they're being like you're saying, they're being bombarded with all this information. Sometimes babies have iPads, which is so dumb.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I don't even know how they bought an iPad. How do they even make money if they're only 18 months old? I don't understand it. But
I think they're stealing them.
Now they're being prepared for this crazy thing. And, technology is always evolving, and they need to have technology if they're going to be prepared for the future, right? But if the technology is invaded, or the technology is, there's a foreign agent in there that's like telling them to buy specific things, then they get completely confused, because I think what is really important is that they're a successful contributor to society, and they're able to form healthy relationships. But if what they're learning as they're growing up is that, you need to have Netflix, you need to have, now you can have a restaurant come to your house, and they could cook for you and all this stuff, and they're like, oh, there's all these other people that exist inside of this device, then it's really disorienting, and then they're not going to be healthy. But my main point is, and I kind of diverged from it, is we have to create a system that takes into account that there are people being born and that we're influencing them. Or just the fact that in general, the way life works is there's people that are born, and then they grow up, and then they die, right? And then you have to create a system that supports life all the way through. And right now, I mean, I think people say this, and I don't know if I believe it, but this is the best one that we got. Capitalism sucks, except compared to all the other options.
I think that it's you can fit multiple different systems within a society. Like, I don't think there's such thing as just a capitalist society or just a socialist society. Like, people always, I think, make the mistake of saying, like, oh, they're just a bunch of socialists, right? But they have capitalist tendencies too. Like, they're on a scale that leans more towards socialism, but has capitalist tendencies, because people can own shops there. It's just they have higher taxes, which is why I think people think of them more as socialist, because they have higher taxes.
They're less incentivized to do that. I mean, every single system is a hybrid system. No doubt. I mean,
like, we have socialist tendencies, and
welfare.
Welfare and social security. Those are all like socialist constructs. It just depends how much you want to align something on the scale. And then I also think beyond that, I think like anything's possible within a system. Like, you can change something, and it doesn't have to, change the title of what that system is. Because I think there's no such thing as just like a few systems that exist. You could have any system that you wanted to. You could slap a new name on it and call it something completely different.
Yeah, titties.
Yeah, titties. The titty system.
No, just titties.
Just titties, okay.
And that's an acronym, but we'll figure that out later.
Call it the TIT.
TITIES. TITTIES. And we'll tell you what that stands for. Yeah, I mean, basically what I'm saying is the United States of America capitalism is like corrupt as all hell, fucking so many homeless people. But what have we found that's better
And if we just find something that's better, how do we know it's better if we don't try it? But if we try it, then how do we know that we're not really just fucking things up? So we gotta. I mean, within what we have, there's so much more improvement that we could do, and like there would be the opportunity through that model that we have to set up the people that want to be socialists can set up a thing and say like, okay, if you're a part of this group, then you're able to have free healthcare because we'll pay for your healthcare, or if you work here, you're not going to get paid, but here's all the benefits. You get a place to live, you get free access to food or all this stuff. That could just, they could, without changing anything, they could just do that. And maybe within that, they would just say, by the way, you can't have a phone.
Also, I was waiting, but I don't know if your MacBook naturally does that, or if it does that just mean it's a screensaver and it hasn't actually turned off the audio, right?
Yep, still rolling.
Oh, nice. Okay. Just double checking.
Talk about my boots.
About your boots. Those
Yep.
are good boots.
Yeah, booties. I feel there's like there's magical power in these boots. I feel different when I wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel very pleased when I wear these shoes.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
What did you think I was gonna say?
That I feel so. What's the word? Not timid, but you feel so small when you wear those. I don't know.
I feel so small when I wear these shoes.
I don't know what you were gonna say.
I feel pretty normal when I wear these shoes. I think, I wouldn't say they have special powers. Like I can't fly into the Zuck's office
God.
yet, but maybe if I buy some of those shoes, maybe I can. Maybe
yeah,
I
I haven't
do
learned
it.
to fly yet, but you never know.
Do you think if you had the passion enough, like if you really were like, I'm going, I'm gonna see that dude, and
I don't know why you're obsessed with the books.
well,
but
I
I mean,
just wanna,
whatever.
like-
But if the question is passion, I'm not gonna rule it out.
I want to take a look. I just want to
What do you
break
think
through
you're
the
gonna?
window.
What do you think you're gonna find?
I don't know, but I'd like to just like be in the office and just be like, and just take a look around, and then like maybe be like, all right, tell me what is this algorithm? Like you better give me the details on what's going on here. And he'd probably be like, I don't know, it's too much, it's too big of a company. And I'd be like, well, that's not my problem, is it? That you
Well, it
let
is
this
your
get out of
problem.
hand,
It
that
is
you
your
just let
problem.
this grow. You know, it's like you plant seeds in a garden. If it starts growing and you didn't trim it, you didn't keep it contained, that's your fault, man. It's like, it's not my fault. I didn't plant the flowers.
Yeah, but in this case, those flowers were in your front yard, and now you can't even get out of your door because it's overgrown everywhere. So it is your problem.
Well, it's
And the
my
only thing you
problem
can
that
do-
didn't start from me. It's like when it starts growing into my yard, I'm looking at my neighbor and I'm saying, hey, you planted all this stuff. It's getting too big.
Yeah, so don't even go talk to Marky Mark over there. Just through the anal mite farming, you need to create a company bigger than Facebook and destroy them, and then have better ethics than them.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Except I think we need to go to Marky Mark. We need to convince him that we're on his side. So like he wants us to plant some more bamboo, right? Bamboos. Don't plant bamboo. Don't do it. It's not good. You'll never get it out. You will never get out the bamboo. But he's gonna say, plant some bamboo, man. Just good for your company, man. He's gonna say that. He's gonna say
Don't
it's-
listen to him.
Yeah, don't
Literally
do
ruin
it.
his company because you provided a better alternative than what they are doing.
Exactly.
Do it.
Plant a hedge and trim it. Trim that hedge.
But you need whatever he's growing. You need to create something better than him instead of checking his books. Because once you see the books, then what? Then you're like, oh, I saw the books. What I thought was,
you know,
Well,
what I thought was accurate.
Then I'm gonna make a detailed report, and I'm gonna hang around the office. And I'm gonna be like,
And then Facebook
I'm not gonna
collapses,
leave.
and then what? And then another company does what Facebook does.
well, then I would go to that company too.
Good.
I would always be there.
The rise and
I mean,
the fall. That's
I'd jump in through the window every time, and then they'd start to know. They'd be like, if we don't do things right around here, he's coming. They'd think
and then
that.
what happens when you die?
I'd pass it on to somebody. It would just go,
Oh.
and then someone else would have to do
And then
it.
they have to come.
Yeah.
Damn. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
There were some bits in there that got more serious.